Good morning, it's Thursday the 7th, I'm FX Plu and this is the market brief. So the UK lockdown is due for review this weekend. I expect the focus to shift towards Sunak and all of his support for businesses and jobs, because that's due to end at the end of June. The concern is, especially for the SME sector, that they'll be able to reopen for business, but trade will be so much slower. There'll be a risk that of further business failure without some sort of continued support, and there are calls already for Sunak to step in and help here. With about 6 million workers being paid by the government, estimates are currently running around 4 million jobs having been saved by the various support schemes. But the bank loans are only now being made available. Now the government has stepped in and guaranteed 100% of the risk. Classic banking, holding the government to ransom in order to reduce their cash risk. The MPC meeting is not really expected to deliver any new initiatives, so Andrew Bailey is more likely to review progress so far at the press conference later today. Ahead of the bank holiday though, risk appetite faded and sterling lost ground against the dollar, falling to a low of 123.35 yesterday. US weekly jobless claims has given us a fairly regular heads up, but yesterday's ADP data showed more than 20 million private sector jobs have been lost in the US. That was worse than forecast and the worst recording on record. Initial jobless claims are expected to be above the 3 million mark later today, and this all casts a rather threatening shadow for tomorrow's non-farm payrolls data. But the number of fatalities is beginning to fall, and several states, including Arizona, Florida and Colorado, have all announced the lifting of or limited lifting of restrictions. Of course, the concern remains around a second spike, but today traders will likely hold their breath ahead of non-farm Friday, so we may have a slightly quieter day in the markets. Over in Europe, the market is still digesting that German court ruling which put restrictions on the Bundesbank participation in ECB QE activities. We've seen government bond prices, particularly in Italy, fall, and yesterday euro dollar touched a low of 107.80. So it's bank holiday tomorrow. Enjoy the long weekend. We'll be back again on Monday.
If you do not have a clue, then just tweet through and ask FX Blue.